Hi, in this video we're going to begin factoring polynomials, and we're starting with the basics here, and then we'll have other videos where we get more complicated. First of all, I want to go back to what we've done before. When we did these things before, what we had is we had two expressions and we multiplied them together, and we remembered FOIL. So we did, we could go here and we could go, let me see here. We could go x times x, and we would get x squared. And then we could do these, and this would be the last terms, and 2 times 3 would be 6. And then we could do the inner, and we could do the outer, and we would get 2x plus 3x, and we would get 5x. And so we would go from this expression here, and we would multiply it and get this answer here. What we're going to do this time is we're going to start with an expression like this, and we're going to go back here. That's called factoring. We're going to take this expression, I lost the term there, that has 3 different terms, things added together, and we're going to make it 2 things multiplied together. So we're going to factor something like that. So let's try this, and this is a little more difficult because there's some guesswork usually involved in this. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to draw a line here. This is what we did before. Here's what we're doing now. Let's say I have the expression here of x squared plus 7x, that's an x, plus 12. What I want to make this is into something that looks like this. It's going to be x plus something times x plus something. Sometimes it may be a minus in there, but here we have all positives, so it's going to be a plus. And what I know is, and first of all, we're starting out easy here because right here we just have nothing, or basically a 1 there. Okay, now these are the easy ones. But what we know is that when we multiply these 2 things together, we better get a 12. So I'm going to put a big X here, and I'm going to put a 12 up here. So we want a product of 12. And then to get this middle term here, we're going to be adding that and adding that. So these 2 things that are going to fit in right here, the sum of them, when we add them together, in other words, the sum of them is going to equal 7. So I'm looking for 2 numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is 7. So products could be 1 and 12. 2 and 6, 3 and 4, and that's about it. Now, we know that their product, now which of these has a sum that equals 7? Well, this one doesn't. This one doesn't. Hey, 3 plus 4 is equals 7. That's going to be it. So I'm thinking if we make one of these 3 and one of these 4, we will have factored it. So let's give it a try. So if we go x plus 3 times x plus 4, let's see, we get, and we always want to check it. I'll check it in a different color here. We get x squared, and then put plus there, plus over here. For the last term here, we're going to get 12, so that's good. And then we get 3x plus 4x, we get 7x. So yes, it does check. Our answer, which I'm going to circle here, our answer is this right here. Okay? So that was a simple one. I'm going to try another one here. I think I will do that over here, and I'll do the whole thing in this dark red color here so you know what I'm doing. So let's say I start with x squared plus 10x minus 24. And I'm looking for something whose product is negative 24. I'm going to write this down here. Product is negative 24, and whose sum is the middle term here of 10. Well, let's start writing factors of 24 over here, negative 24. Let's just forget the sign for right now, but we'll go 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Now, which of these, and one could be negative. Matter of fact, we know one is going to have to be negative and the other is positive because this last term here, right here, is negative. So negative 1 and 24, that no. 2 and 12, like subtract 2 from 12, no, that doesn't give it 2. 3, well, actually 2 and 12, let's think of that more. What if we took 12 minus 2? So if this was a negative, you know, that would be it. I don't see any of these others necessarily doing that. 4 times 6 could be, but let's try this. This actually looks like it'll be there. With the 4 and 6, I don't think I can get a product. If one of these is negative, I'm not going to get 10. But this, I'm going to get it. So I think this fits. The product here is negative 24. In the sum, negative 2 plus 12 is 10. So our factoring this, I must have x minus 2 times x plus 12. And we always want to check it, so I'll check it here. I'll check it in a purple here. So I get x squared, that's correct. I get minus 24, that's correct. And then I get minus 2x and a plus 12x, that's going to equal 10x, and therefore it checks. So that's an introduction to this idea of factoring polynomials. And I'll go ahead and end this one for now, and then we will be going on to some more complicated ones in the future.